Hey, welcome again to this is our 8th show at the Connecticut VFW show, and my name is Sheldon Batesic, District 6 Commander, and I'm here with my other co-host.
That's right. My name is Dominic Giuliano. I'm your State Adjutant and Quartermaster. We'd like to introduce our guests, sitting right at my very left, Sherry Wozniak, Veterans Military Support,
And we also
and the Women's Chairman.
That's right. That's right.
and we also have James Matthews via Zoom and talk about legislative. I usually start off now, since the last time you were here, just give the date, so just in case people come back and they watch these old shows, they know what the date is. And I believe today's the 5th.
Today's the 4th.
Today's the 4th. I'm a day behind.
Oh, it's Election Day.
Today's
Right.
the 4th. Okay, November 4th, 2025. And we're going to start off with Jim. What's going on in Washington, D.C.? What's the new legislation? What are they fighting over for veterans, and who's helping and who isn't?
Well, thank you for having me on.
Yes.
So as you know, I'm the chairman of legislative affairs for Connecticut VFW. And part of my job is to go down to DC and engage with our elected officials and their staff to try to get priorities and goals of national VFW across the finish line through legislative action. As you know, right now, the government is shut down, so there's not a lot that's going on. A lot of the proposed bills that we're working on to better the benefits and lives of veterans, their families, and caregivers, a lot of them are still sitting in committee. They were introduced, sitting in committee, then not even pushed to the floor yet to be voted on. Here at the Connecticut state level, we're still waiting on, right now in the Senate, it passed to change the West Haven VA Medical Center to be renamed to be the Captain Paul W. Bud Buca VA Medical Center. And that has passed on the Senate side. We're waiting for congressional leaders on the House side to get back into session and get at some of the bills. It's expected to be December or January after they flush through all this government shutdown stuff. And it's expected for the state of Connecticut to be successful in this. We should have full support according to our representatives down there. We have been pushing there's many different legislative bills that are presented. I can show you on their website where you can see what the full list is, but when we go down to DC, we traditionally target a handful of priorities just because there's not a lot of time when you're sitting in those offices and talking to the representatives and their staff. The national identifies what those legislative priorities be, and we go in and talk our talking points to get the word across of why we're supporting or not supporting, as you will find out in one of the bills that we're talking about. So the first program that we're working on is community care reform. Part of this is to avoid privatizing the VA. This effort is to try to take care of our veterans and their families that are in rural areas or overseas. And this community care reform is for those, for example, like maternity issues or mental health issues that really need immediate attention. And local doctors and caregivers within the communities that they live would be a better resource for them rather than driving sometimes hours to get to the care that they need. So HR 740 and Senate 275 is the Veterans Access Act of 2025 to get at that. Also, we're trying to reform foreign medical program modernization through Act of 2025. Right now it has HR 467 is in committee. There isn't a companion bill on the Senate side yet, but we're hoping once they get back to work, we can get that. That's just to modernize the VA accessibility and reimbursement capabilities for veterans that are living overseas. It's a very cumbersome process right now. Next one, issue that we're trying to get across the line is exploring alternative PTSD treatments. There's been a lot of success in the civilian sector as far as groundbreaking treatment capabilities for PTSD treatments. Now, for several years, we've been asking congressional leaders to use their authorities to direct the DOT and the VA to do their research and figure out how to get some of these groundbreaking treatment capabilities into our VA system. We haven't gotten a lot of success on that, but now we're asking them to pass the Innovative Therapy Centers of Excellence Act 2025, which will force VA to start implementing some of these new kinds of groundbreaking PTSD therapies. Some of it deals with cannabis, ketamine, hyperbaric chambers, etc. Another topic of issue that we talked about is military retirement personnel. This is the big one. We've been trying to push this for years. The Major Richard Starr Act, most of our members have heard about it, mostly covers the Chapter 61 veterans that have to choose between their VA disabilities that they've earned and their military retirement that they've earned for longevity of service. They don't get both because they retired before they reach their 20 years of service requirement, and their combat-related injuries. Sometimes one is more feasible for their family for income than the other. So they're forced to make a choice instead of getting both, like those of us that make it to 20 years or more. The challenge is currently we have 6 of our officers out of the 7 that are in support of it. The 7th is Senator Murphy at this time. He sits on the Appropriations Committee, so his big concern is how are we going to pay for this? The CBO, which is the Congressional Budget Office, has estimated this program being passed would cost about $9 to $10 billion. That's what it'd be. And now with inflation since last March, when we got those numbers, that's at about $11 billion. Our argument is Major Richard Starr was a 18-year veteran, retired as an 04, so he chose to go with his retirement pension numbers instead because it was more advantageous for his family. But the CBO estimates the cost of getting this bill passed at the high numbers, where at the national VFW level, we argue that the majority of those Chapter 61 veterans are traditionally going to be your junior enlisted service members that got injured in combat, wounded in combat, or illness in combat, and they've only served 1 or 2 contracts. So the numbers that we think is more like $5 billion, half of what the CBO is saying. Right now, on the House side and the Senate side, we believe that there is enough votes to get this to pass, but it's getting it to the floor. There's all types of rules through the House and the Senate legislative process, and we're working diligently to get this across the goal line.
Hey Jim.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick. So can't a veteran who has a service, who got hurt in the service, right, and then so they retire, can't they still put in for that injury but not collect the money? But they want to be rated.
Right. So what happens is if they start collecting disability, it offsets their retirement. So they get the max amount of only their retirement level of one of the programs. So if you get disability payments, that is all tax-free. So traditionally, people are going to want that disability because you get more money out of it, dollar for dollar, because you're not paying taxes on it. I will tell you right now, I'm not a full expert on the challenges that these veterans have to make when they're choosing whether to go with their pension or whether to go with their disability numbers. And there's representatives at the VA that help them through that. Did that answer your question?
Oh, no. I'm sorry. Did you have anything else?
Yeah, sure. We're also trying to get transition from service completed. The TAP program, VA did a revamp of their transition assistance program. They call it TAP 6.0. We in the VA believe that service members who get released from their obligations or retire, within that first 12 months after they leave the service, they get lost in the soup because they don't know how to access their VA benefits. They don't know what benefits are available to them. So it's about educating them. And in the past, the VSOs weren't allowed to come to the TAP program delivery, and many of our soldiers were released from service. Service members were released from service, and they don't know where to go. So there's a spike in suicide because the economic opportunities they have, the benefits that they're not getting, or having access to, are not there. So what we end up doing was the 6.0, the TAP 6.0 program allows VSOs to come back into the program to deliver and start the claims process for our departing service members. And what we have found is in the handful of bases that across the United States that have implemented this 6.0 program, is that there's been indicators that suicide rates have come down because of that. So what we're trying to do is pass the TAP Promotion Act of 2025 so that we can implement that across all installations before service members leave their obligations for the military. And then just to touch on a couple areas of concern, unaddressed toxic exposures. We still believe that in the there's an enduring framework that has been implemented into the PACT Act that we want congressional leaders to have oversight over the presumptive decision process to add any of the illnesses that were not captured in the original PACT Act of 22. This process is supposed to allow them to evaluate and identify those new illnesses that should be added to the list. We're also getting at the crackdown of predatory claims companies. Right now, we are the Choice for Veterans Act of 2025 has a lot of support because the claim sharks have a lot of money and power and legislative action that they're trying to push on their side. Right now, the VFW is against anything, the current writing of the Choice for Veterans Act because it allows predatory companies to charge on future earnings of disability benefits upwards of $12,500, which could put a veteran in debt before he even starts or she starts to receive their benefits. That is a red line for the VFW. Either vote down the Choice for Veterans Act, or to get the language changed that money that they can charge is only against the retro pay that they would receive. And the last thing that we were working on was a GI Bill improvement. And right now, for those that don't know, that we're only active duty, our reserve and our National Guard forces, they do not they do not receive eligibility for every day in uniform like our active duty brethren do. Their basic training, AIT, professional development classes, any in National Guard that get deployed stateside on state active duty orders for helping our local citizens out during natural or man-made hazards. None of that time counts towards your GI Bill. But on the active duty side, every day from day one of basic training, reporting for your ship date, all that counts. And what we're trying to do with this new bill is just make it every day in uniform, Reserve and National Guard forces and their members earn eligibility like active duty does. And also there's two other bills. One is to get at increasing the BAH and the book stipend in the GI Bill program, because that hasn't been updated since 2009, and we're trying to get those numbers increased for our current users. That's all I got.
Well, thank you so much, Jim. Just real quick, how are you welcomed over there in DC? I mean, do they have the doors open for you, or when they see you coming, they're like, everybody hides?
That's a good question. So I would offer to you that the staff, it's all about building relationships. The staff that I talk to on a regular basis, they are very open to dialogue and discussing options or what our concerns are as the VFW. Sometimes it's hard to get, when we have these office calls in March and September, we do it twice a year. It's hard to get the elected official to actually be at the meeting. Senator Blumenthal was great with it. Every time that we're in town, he makes an effort to sit down with us face to face and talk about these issues. Representative Courtney has been a great adversary. All of them have really been a great adversary for us. And it's just, they got a lot of responsibility. Sometimes our availability doesn't line up with their availability because they got called to the floor to do a vote on a introduced bill or whatnot. So we try to make it work. They have a staff, and the staff is really good on understanding what we're talking about. Many of them are veterans themselves, which really helps out with the process and helps build that rapport.
Well, thank you. Got a good question? You good?
No, I actually don't.
Okay. Hey, Jim, thank you so much for being on. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
And you can stay on and keep listening, or you can, if you want, you can just get off. It's up to you. But I appreciate it, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks. And now we're going to go to Sherry. We're going to talk about VMS. And before you go there, because you mentioned about veterans and they come out of the service, there is a place in Orange, isn't there, the Veterans Center that helps, there's a Veterans Center in Orange.
There was one.
They're not there no more?
I've been out of the game for a while. But,
I think they're still there, because I was there, I don't know, about maybe less than a year ago. And they help people find jobs, veterans find jobs, help you build up your resume and stuff like that. So a lot of veterans coming out of the service and go and see them. They're in Orange. And with that, Sherry, do you want to talk about VMS, where they have to go to get credit for it and put their money in, and just about it.
Sure. Thank you, Sheldon. VMS, Veterans and Military Support. Most people know it because for the $125 donation required for All American, and those funds help fund the programs focusing on military support. The first one I'd like to talk about is military appreciation, which is the old military assistance program. They renamed it. And this is an outreach hand from the VFW post to the military unit, and offering support. Part of the program for the MAP program is Adopt a Unit. And this is my favorite part of it. I was in the military for 41 years and know the struggles for the young military members. And if they have a unit function that they include the families, some of the younger people can't afford to pay it. So they always ask the higher ranking officers and enlisted to help out. But with the MAP, the Adopt a Unit, and the MAP grants, we can assist with that. So the Adopt a Unit there's plenty of units around Connecticut. Connecticut is a small state. We're fortunate about this, and we have many units. We have active duty, Navy, and Coast Guard. We have reserve units for Navy, Marines, and Army, and we also have Air and Army National Guard. So there's plenty of units in Connecticut that would love to be adopted. And what this means when you do adopt the unit, there's funds available through VMS for a grant. Now, like I had mentioned, that some of the events that the units might be a holiday party or a picnic for their families, maybe some briefings. And through this grant that funds the food for the events, we can help support that event. So every post that adopts a unit has the opportunity to request a grant up to $5,000. Not for that one event, but maybe a multiple number of events, because they give $10 for a catered meal for every member that's going to the event and family member. Or if the post is preparing the meal, it's $8. So it may take a few events to get up to $5,000, but this is only for the military. It's not for community members, so it's not a community event, just the military unit event. And my VFW, we sponsored Joint Force Headquarters, which is in Hartford, and we started out 5 years ago when we did this, and we sponsored one event. And then it has grown. It's grown from one, the next year was like 2 events, and now we're up to 5 events. And so with the amount of people that have coming to the events, I'm able to request the $5,000. So it's a big help to them. The second program is financial assistance for service members, which has been renamed from the Unmet Needs program. So this helps active duty service members to include activated Guard and reserve members too. And this is when something happens during deployment, they run into unexpected financial crisis, and they can get up to $2,500 grant to help with the daily necessities. And when I go to a yellow ribbon event and I talk to the service members when they're ready to deploy, I tell them about this, because when I deployed, I had a situation at home and I didn't know where to turn. So this is a wonderful program, something that they can deploy and feel that there's some help back home if something happens, whether it's with something in the home, the furnace, the hot water heater, the car, something. There's that $2,500 grant. So, and this program, they can go on to VFW.org. And in the assistance tab, and there's an application to apply for that. And the MAP program is also on VFW.org. That's under community and troop support. The third thing I want to talk about is the Sports Clips Help a Hero Scholarship, which is taking place right now. It helps veterans and service members pay for tuition and fees so they can pursue their educational and career goals. This is a $5,000 scholarship, and it has 2 times that you can apply for the scholarship. Right now, the spring applications are currently being accepted until November 15th, and the scholarships will be awarded in January. Sports Clips Haircuts funds the program, and their campaign takes place between October 5th and November 15th. During this time, donations can be made during the Sports Club's visit. And more than 80% of the proceeds that they make for these donations are given by generous clients.
Sherry, can you hold that thought for a second?
Yes.
We are going on break, and we'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, there we go.
And a family man.
They tell us.
I'm a police officer and an athlete.
I'm an EMT and an animal lover.
I'm a tow truck driver and a world traveler.
We all have a life outside of work.
And we don't want to lose it.
So when you see our vehicles on the side of the road,
Slow down and move over.
Slow down and move over.
It's the law.
and it can save a life.
Slow down
Slow down and move over.
and move over. When you see lights,
vests,
Or reflectors.
please give us some room. Slow down and move over. When you need us,
We've got your back.
do you have ours?
You got our back?
you got ours.
You got our back? Please, slow down.
And move over.
Hey, okay, hey, welcome back, everybody, and we're gonna continue on with VMS with Sherry. There you go, you're on.
Okay, thank you. This, so we're talking about the sports clips, for Hero scholarships. This program was established in 2013 and has awarded more than 3,350 scholarships and totaling more than $15 million. On Veterans Day, the participating locations will be offering free haircuts to veterans and military, and they will contribute an extra $2 per client towards the program. There are 8 locations in Connecticut that participate, so you can go online and find that out. The other thing I'd like to talk about is the VMS pins, and this is just our individual way of supporting the VMS program by purchasing a $20 pin and having something in return for your money. And that's it, Sheldon.
Oh, well, great. So when the posts want to donate the 125,
Yes.
which you have to, right, to get All American,
That's correct.
they don't send you a check. There's a place that you will go.
Right, go to
do that.
VFW.org, and there's a donate button right there.
So okay, that's perfect. And to adopt, if you want to adopt
Adopt a unit.
a unit, do they call you or?
So they can call me. I can help facilitate the adoption. And there's on VFW.org in the community and troop support, there's all kind of documentation that they can print out for more information. There's also a document in there for the unit to receive, so they understand what the adopt a unit's all about too.
Oh.
But I would be more than happy to facilitate the adoption.
Okay, that's great. And Sherry's name is in the directory, so you guys have a directory. She is in there, so I'm happy to just please give her a call. Just out of curiosity, control room, is anybody else on Zoom right now? No, okay. And Dominic, everything to put out? I'm going to put this on you now for the next 20
you're
minutes.
going to put it on me now?
Oh,
Okay.
Actually, so we had the luncheon.
Yes.
Want to talk about the luncheon?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Luncheon was great. It was a great turnout.
Okay.
It was a something to give back to the department and all the people who, were awarded All-American status, and we got the All-American awards last year. 35 posts. 35 posts out there have answered the call. Between the membership, between the National Day of Service, which is the whole month of May, the Versus Democracy, Patriots, Penn, making the VMS donations, your buddy Poppies, and reporting all their community events, and they did it religiously. I really think, and I see a lot of the posts that did it last year and accomplished this, repeating and doing it again this year. That's what I do see. And I also see some other posts coming out of the woodwork saying, hey, they could do it, we could do it too. And with a little bit of effort and the ability to navigate onto the VFW.org, adjutants, quartermasters, commanders, and officers, you know, there's been a lot of training. There's been a lot of things that we're implementing now. All right. So not this month, come January, we're going to start doing online Zoom trainings throughout the department. What's going to happen each week's going to have a certain topic, and what we're going to do is we're going to get everybody in, you know, in the room, in the Zoom room and stuff like that, and online. So this way, you at the comfort of your own home. And we're going to go through, you know, either, you know, beginner initial training for some of these folks out there that are new to the job. Some people that are just need like a little refresher. You know, ultimately, what we're trying to do is sharpen the saw. So this way, we keep driving the department forward to be successful. You know, it's a lot of work. You know, it's a lot of work. I know. Some people out there, the VFW is not their first thing. It's not. They got families, you know, they have jobs, they have, members have other things going on. Some people are dual members with the American Legion and whatnot. So the only thing I can tell you is try your best, and, you know, and always put your best foot forward. And, you know, and you guys can accomplish anything with a little bit of effort. And that's what we proved last year. 35 All-America Post, 39 All-State. 2 Triple Crown awards, first time in 53 years. The record for how many posts that made membership goal was 67. We came in at 72. And the year that was 67 was Jimmy Delancey's year, and he had more posts, and they didn't have to go to 102. So Jimmy Delancey, if you're watching this show, you got beat, pal. But I still love you. All right. You know, bylaws. There's another thing. Bylaws are almost done. I'm going to be getting to the districts. That's a little more intricate, as you guys know. You know, being a District 6 commander and you know, a District 4 commander. You know, bylaws are what we use to kind of govern, especially when you wrap that gavel. You know, and stuff like that. That's that's a lot of land. We have Vets Rocks coming up. I think what day is that?
The 15th.
The 15th.
Sunday.
Sunday the 16th or the 15th? We got to check that. Vet Rocks is coming. We signed up for it. If you want to work it, it's great. The department took care of it. We just need some people to volunteer to work the event. That's.
So it's Saturday the 15th.
Okay, Saturday the 15th. So it's like 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Yeah, everything's locked and loaded. Like, I know you were going to ask me about that, Sherry, about Vets Rock. I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming. Mm-hmm. I took care of it.
I do love going to the recruiting events. So.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. And you know the interaction with the the veterans out there, and you never know. You know, there's people out there that never thought about being a part of the VFW and are eligible. So I think that's where we're at with that. What else is going around the department?
Can I add something about the 35 posts that got All-American? We had a total of 43 posts that donated $125 and 6 additional posts that exceeded more than the $125 for donation. So we did have more.
Oh yeah. There was some posts out there that weren't even running for All-American and wanted to donate. Right. It's great. We are on a trajectory of great things coming. And you gotta believe that. And we're all working together. We're all on the same team. We're all working for the common cause of taking care of our veteran community and most of all each other. So, yeah.
And you're absolutely right. And Commander Pickett at the luncheon pretty much said it when he said thank you to you for the hard work. And Commander Pickett acknowledged our quartermaster right here of how the hard work. He takes it home with him. Mm-hmm. You call him at home, he's answering phone calls at home, and he's calling post up, and he's working so hard for all of us. Right, that was really nice of Commander Pickett to acknowledge you the way he did.
Oh yeah, it's very humbling to hear that. I think it's just ingrained in me to. I don't stop, Sheldon. I don't. My mind is always going. It's. We're always thinking about the next thing. What's the next thing? What can we improve on? What can we, what can we do to drive our department forward to be as great as we are?
I think we're doing that. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
We're doing the Zoom now. We got this going, so we got a lot of things going. So.
Yep.
That's a big help.
Yep.
What else in our calendar events? Anything coming up?
Well, Veterans Day is coming. Don't forget that day.
Yeah, well, we got a lot. Yeah, that's very busy. All our people out there in the schools.
Right.
You know, that kind of thing.
Okay, so let me see. There is some.
And actually, that's so funny. The Connecticut Veterans Legal Center is on your event board, and that's what I was just talking to you about. And they're based in Orange, but over here you have they're doing something in New Haven.
No, I'm sure. I mean,
know, and,
here's a list of some Veterans Day free meals and discounts and stuff like that, because Jen was so nice to text it to me. All right, so I'm gonna read them. Veterans Day meals on November the 11th. Another Broken Egg Cafe, whether it's here in the state or not, but I know Applebee's is. Beef O'Brady's, I never heard of that place. Biscuit Belly, it looks like a coffee place. BJ's Restaurant and Brew House, I don't know if they have one here, but it's actually pretty good. Brass Tap, Brugger's Bagels, Carolina Chili's, Circle K, Cotton Patch Cafe, Cracker Barrel, Denny's, Famous Dave's. Famous Dave's, I like Famous Dave's. I know. Firehouse Subs. Let me see. Gold Star Chili, Golden Corral. That's just some of them. You know, they say thank you to all of us, and you know, the Olive Gardens, you know, 99 Steakhouse and stuff. You know, just I will put the link out on the VFW.org, VFWCT.org under the Ashton's Corner. So this way you guys could click on it and, you know, and see what, you know, businesses have to offer. So this way they could, you know, they like to give back and say thank you for, you know, all our sacrifices and what, you know, what we've done for our country. So
one important thing. Actually, I just thought of two things. One, the auxiliary president, President Pelkey, was on at the luncheon, and she mentioned anybody has those old applications to join the auxiliary, if passing them out, throw them out because they're not good anymore. They're going to have new applications, or they have new applications out already. So just to give you a heads up. Mm-hmm. Also, I want to say there's something new, but it's not. It's been around for a while. For every post that has to sign up for a non-profit or
yes.
It's not new. But we're just finding about it now.
Yes.
He's going to explain to it because I still don't understand it.
Okay, so according to the Department of Consumer Protection,
yes.
Okay, we are required to get a license for a nonprofit exempt from financial obligation certificate with the state of Connecticut. Okay. Last 2 days, I've been working with Senior Vice Commander Kennedy, you know, getting everything on board as far as what everybody needs and whatnot to get it done. Okay, so right now, next couple of weeks, I'm going to go ahead and scrub the whole department and see who has it and who doesn't. And right now, I'm doing a function test right now on the system with one post in particular. To get it, you know, so this way I can educate myself to do it. So this way I could pass out to everybody else, say, okay, this is what you need to do, and then follow up and follow through, right? So I don't have a due date on it, you know, because right now it's been brought up, and right now it's in the works of trying to understand what we need to do so we could put out guidance to get it done. It doesn't cost anything. It's just going about just doing it and getting it done. And I understand there's going to be posts out there that are going to be on the struggle bus with it, but as always, I will lend you a hand, you know, and get it done.
Yeah, no, I was wondering because I haven't seen anything in the emails, but that's what you're working on it to find out what's going on.
Yes, last 2 days I've been working on it.
And I was going to bring it up to my post, but I guess I'm going to wait till after you finish doing what you're doing.
Right.
Until we figure out what's going on with that.
Right.
And so what else is going on in the state that you guys?
Oh, here's a big one.
Okay.
We moved the VOD Patriots Pen dinner out of the Sheridan, and it's going to be at the AquaTurf in the Crystal Room. Now, you know, I know that people feel how people feel about the Sheridan, and I understand. It's not an easy process of moving an organization as big as ours, obviously out of a place where we've been there over 20 years, so keep this in mind where there was 3 events in total at the Sheraton, all right? One was obviously the state convention, all right? The VOD Patriots Pen dinner and the testimonial. We pulled the testimonial out of there last year, okay? And it was actually the last year and this year's testimonial were great. Now, I wasn't here at this last testimonial.
It was very nice.
Right.
The AquaTurf was very beautiful, and the food was delicious.
Yes, right. So we worked it out with the AquaTurf because of the feedback that we got from the AquaTurf, and so yeah, it's a little bit more money. The price is $45 per person, but look what you're getting. All right, you're not getting a plate of food that that you dislike, or not to say that the Sheraton has bad food, but let's just say I haven't got all the greatest of all compliments, stuff like that. But I'm going to say that publicly and on live TV. The Sheraton it treats us very well. I think we're at the point where we are looking for other venues to move the convention. We tried to do it last year. We found out it's not as easy as it's really not as easy as it looks like. Okay, there's a lot of planning. There's a lot of coordination. There's price ranges. It's a whole nother world. So, we went there last year and we literally went to 6 places, and we also talked to the casinos. Because my thought is that we like to go somewhere where everybody could congregate and have fun somewhere, and keep this thing lively, and so we're entertaining several different areas to move the convention. It's not going to happen this year. I'll tell you that now. We are going to be at the Sheraton this year in June. Okay. As far as I know, it's not Father's Day's weekend. I think we just missed it. Okay, but it's going to be this year. I've been talking to Senior Vice Kennedy. We are looking at other venues. And we're going to continue to look at other venues. Now, that's a big change. Because everybody's like, Don, we got to get out of Sheraton. I'm like, okay, I hear you. It's not an easy thing. We'll get there. But that's as far as that. The AquaTurf is going to be our new landing spot for the VOD Patriots Pen event, which is perfectly cool with me.
It's good.
Commander Pickett, Senior Vice Kennedy, Junior Vice Steve Evangelista. Always, I talked to them prior to coming on air today and stuff like that. They said, one, they wanted to say hello, and thank you for all your hard work and everything that you're doing out there. And that's pretty much all I have. Unless there's something you could think of that I can't right now.
I'll talk a little bit about community service. I'm the community service officer. Is that what they?
Is that right?
I deal with community service. So I'm going to make it a point to come around some of the district meetings. I was trying to do it last month. I'm going to do it this month, and just talk about community service. So expect a phone call from me, and hopefully I'll be invited. Again, everybody just needs to get out there and make sure you get your community service in. A lot of posts say, you guys do community service, but you're not putting it in. If you're not putting it in, you're not getting credit for it. And the whole purpose of being nonprofit is to do community service. Okay, so get it in. If you don't know how to get it in, we did a show with that with Forrest Anderson from East Haddam. He went step by step on how to put your community service in into the dashboard. I believe that was episode 3.
I think
that was episode 3. So watch that. It's a great help, and it teaches you a lot of good stuff of how to get your community service in there. Get with your members. A lot of your members, they do community service even on the side, and they're part of your post. Talk to them, and I bet you they're doing things, again, either on their own or maybe somebody else. You could get credit for that because they're part of your post. Find out the dates, find out what they're doing, and go ahead and put in for that. So that will be a big help for you, and just getting that off your plate, okay? Because you have to do that quarterly. What else can I talk to
You know
you
the
about?
reason why we do it?
Well, because we're a nonprofit and we're really obligated, right, as a nonprofit to do a certain amount of community service.
Hey, I just got.
And 10 minutes, thank you. And we also have to.
It's required.
It's required as a nonprofit.
So how do you prove to the IRS that you're operating within your tax exemption? It's within the reporting. The only thing we're doing is saying, hey, here's the data, IRS. This is what they're doing. You know, throughout the whole country. I just got a text message from Jim Matthews. He'd like to show us hop back up on Zoom and show us the legislative website.
Okay, yeah, we got a few more minutes, so
Sure.
if you want to do that.
Jimmy, you on board?
And Jim, before you start talking, one more thing about community service. Just putting it in, really, guys, is not enough. Okay, you have to get your name out there. Tell your local newspaper what you're doing. Okay, so the public knows. Wow, there's a VFW. There's an active VFW post in my community, and they're giving back to the community. You know, I tried to help one post, which failed, and I went around town. Nobody knew there was a VFW in that town. Why? Because they didn't do anything. Okay, and they didn't tell anybody, and they didn't let the community know what they were doing. So get the word out. You know, it's okay to tell people about what you're doing and give yourself, you know, your own accolades and pat in the back. All right, Jim, are you still there?
Yes, can you
Okay,
hear
there
me?
you go. Thank you.
Great. So those that want to know more about what's going on with the legislative action, if you go to our Connecticut VFWCT.org website, you scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you'll see a VFW National here. Click on that. And then you see advocacy and legislative priorities over to the left. And it'll bring you right to the web page where it talks about all the priorities for budget, disability assistance, et cetera, that the VFW was working, and all the priorities and goals literature that I talked about with everybody earlier in the show. One thing I'd like to point out to you is that there are two big blocks up here, the VFW Action Alert and the Action Corps Weekly. If you click on the Action Corps Weekly block, you can just sign up and you can get updates every week on what's going on down in DC and that are trying to improve our benefits. Then, if you click on the VFW Action Alert and sign up for that, whenever we're trying to push something like the Richard Starr Act, and we want our members to engage with the legislators down in DC. For example, tell Senator Wicker to pass the Richard Starr Act. All you got to do is click on it. The VFW makes it very simple. They already give you a sample of a body message that you can use, or you can copy that and paste it into your own email and send it personally to your senators or representatives. All you got to do is fill out your information down here, click yes, and it will automatically forward your message to your representative and both your senators. And then the other thing that we also have on here I'd like to quickly point out is over on the right here, the current legislation link. If you click on that, like I said, we only talk about a handful of priorities because we can't talk about all of them, but you can see as I scroll down this page, these are all the bills on the HR side, and then it goes into the Senate side. So you got House and Senate bills that are in play, and on the right-hand side here, you see these green checks. If it's got a green check, this is what the VFW supports for legislation. There is one piece on here, which is the Choice for Veterans Act that I talked about, the predatory claims companies. It's got a red X on it. So it's a simple way to look at what the VFW is trying to do for you and to talk to your local elected leaders when they have engagements with our federal level elected leaders. And you can do the same thing that the VFW does at the national level and engage and support the green checks and tell them don't support the red X's. That's all I got for you.
Oh, thanks, Jim. Jim, so are you mainly just national, right? So you won't be. Like, do we have somebody also for local for the state?
We do. Yes,
We do. We have the deputy chair, which takes care of the state level primarily, and at the state level we work hand in hand together because I just don't have the bandwidth to take care of both state and federal. But when people are unavailable at the state level, I can jump in, such as last Monday, the Veterans Military Affairs Committee here in Connecticut, the legislators were looking for public speakers on how the government shutdown is impacting our veterans. I went and spoke a couple things like helping change some gun law language to allow anybody who provides low cost or no cost storage options for veterans, current military members, or their families as an added barrier when they're having difficulty to help with mental health crisis that we have in Connecticut. It just gives our veterans, family members, and current service members that ability to tell their leadership, hey, here's my weapon, please store it for me. And we'd like to create some type of language and law that protects anyone who does that from liability of when that weapon is returned to the owner. We also talked about getting at crossing the finish line for the state of Connecticut Veteran Cemetery. Here in Connecticut, VFW, we endorsed an annex option so that we don't have family members of our fallen veterans who are laid to rest in their final resting place. We don't want them to travel to one extreme to the other to the state just to see their fallen. A lot of them are elderly, so it's hard for them to travel. So we want to keep it centrally located in the Middletown area. And then we talked about the national level. But right now, our Connecticut representative is, her name is escaping me.
Her name is Emily Trudeau.
Emily Trudeau. That's all I got for you.
Cool.
All right. Again, thank you so much, Jim. Appreciate it.
Anytime.
Pretty enlightening. Thank you. And we got a couple more minutes. And actually, Cheryl, I want to ask you one question. If you wanted to adopt a unit, can you pick if you know something's out there? And it'll just be Connecticut ones, right, for us, right?
Yes. Yep.
And the webpage can help us with that, or call you for that, or?
I have a list of all the National Guard and Air Guard, but I can certainly help with any reserve unit, or if you have an idea of the active duty, and somebody that might be a point of contact there, we can get that going too.
Good.
Oh, goes.
Okay, we got 1 minute left.
Okay. Anything else you want to put out?
And I have nothing.
How about how we all doing at the dashboard? Good?
We're doing good. It's taking shape.
Okay.
It's taking shape. That's great, though.
That's good.
So.
And I guess that's it for me, too. Did you want to say anything?
I have nothing
Good?
else. Thank
you
you
so much for being on. I appreciate it. I don't think people know enough about VMS, even though you've talked about it constantly.
Right.
It's one of those things that just going over people's heads for some reason. But I appreciate you coming on.
They have a lot of good programs for the military. And
That's excellent.
Yep. So.
It's excellent.
And did you want to say goodbye? Or?
Yeah, I do. I want to tell everybody, VFW, Department of Connecticut land out there, that your state adjutant is always working hard for you. And then if you need anything, obviously give us a call. You know how to find me.
All right, people. Thank you to everybody out there. Good night. Good luck. Stay safe. Until we meet again.